Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5 verse 3. These are the ones who come with honest hearts, who bring their need instead of their pride, who stand before God with nothing to prove and everything to receive. To them belongs the quiet strength of heaven, the mercy that lifts the lowly, the grace that fills the empty, the kingdom that cannot be earned but is freely given to the humble in spirit. 2 men entered the temple that day. The air was still, the room was quiet, but their hearts could not have been more different. One stepped forward with confidence. The other stayed back in trembling humility. The Pharisee lifted his chin, proud of his discipline, proud of his record, proud of himself. He prayed like a performer, listing his achievements as proof of his worth. The tax collector stayed far off, as if the holy place itself was too bright for him. His shoulders sank, his eyes refused to rise, his heart heavy with everything he could not fix. He carried no record to boast about, no discipline to display, no confidence to stand on. Only need, only honesty, only a desperate cry for mercy. His prayer was a whisper from a shattered soul. God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Jesus said that only one man went home justified that day. And it wasn't the one who stood tall in his own goodness. It wasn't the one who measured himself by his achievements. It wasn't the one who believed he had earned God's approval. It was the man who knew he had nothing to offer but his need. The man who brought his emptiness instead of his resume. The man who trusted in mercy instead of performance. The man who bowed low and was lifted up by God himself. To be poor in spirit is to finally stop pretending that we are enough on our own. It is the moment the soul stops performing, stops defending, stops polishing its image, and admits the truth we work so hard to hide. We cannot save ourselves. We cannot earn God's favor. We cannot climb our way into righteousness. Poverty of spirit is the surrender of self-reliance, the collapse of pride, the quiet confession that our hope rests not in our strength but in God's mercy alone. The proud man trusted in the strength of his own record. He stood tall, confident in his discipline, certain his goodness set him above others. But his hands were full of his own achievements, leaving no room for grace. The broken man trusted in God's mercy alone. He bowed low, aware of his need, bringing nothing but honesty and a trembling heart. His empty hands were the very place where God could pour his compassion. One remained empty while standing tall. The other was lifted while kneeling low. Blessed are the poor in spirit, the ones who stop pretending, stop performing, stop carrying the weight of their own righteousness. Blessed are the ones who come with empty hands, honest hearts, and a quiet cry for mercy. For God meets the lowly with lifting, the broken with healing, the humble with the riches of his kingdom. Only empty hands can receive heaven. Only surrendered hearts can be filled with grace. Thank you for spending these moments in reflection. May grace meet you gently. May mercy steady your steps. And may peace rest over your home tonight. Be safe, and thanks for watching.